A young girl named Coco is washing clothes at a magical spring in her small village. The moment she finishes and walks away, the water instantly purifies itself. In her world, only people born with magical abilities can become witches. No matter how hard someone wishes for it, magic is something ordinary people can never obtain. Coco understands this painful truth, yet she cannot stop admiring witches and the wonders they create. Just as she returns home, something incredible catches her attention. A magnificent Pegasus carriage descends from the sky near her house. Amazed by the sight, Coco runs downstairs to tell her mother. Inside her mother's tailoring shop are 3 wealthy women who arrived in the flying carriage. Standing beside them is a mysterious white-haired man who seems completely different from the others. The man asks for a piece of fabric, and Coco quickly volunteers to cut it for him. In exchange, she asks her mother if she can take a closer look at the Pegasus carriage. Her mother reluctantly agrees, but only after Coco promises to stop talking about becoming a witch someday. As Coco carefully cuts the fabric, the white-haired man notices her incredible precision. He praises her talent, saying her hands almost work like magic. But to Coco, true magic is far greater than any ordinary skill. She speaks about witches with complete admiration. Interested in her feelings, the man asks why she loves magic so much. Coco then recalls the moment that changed her life forever. When she was younger, she met a mysterious masked witch who handed her a strange book and a wand. That single encounter awakened her dream of becoming a witch herself. Ever since then, she has treasured those gifts and continued believing in magic. But her mother always reminded her that becoming a witch was impossible, because Coco was not born with magical powers. Just then, a loud crash echoes from outside. 2 boys from the village have accidentally damaged the Pegasus carriage. The wealthy women panic at the sight of the broken vehicle, but before anger can spread, the white-haired man calmly steps forward. The man reveals himself to be a witch named Kifri. Without hesitation, Kifri offers to repair the carriage. However, after placing his hat on his head, he explains that witches cannot openly perform magic where others can see them. Coco immediately suggests using the workshop downstairs, eager to help him. Since ordinary people are forbidden from witnessing magic being cast, Kifri asks Coco to stand guard at the door while he works. She obeys, but curiosity slowly begins taking over her thoughts. When the same boys from earlier try sneaking inside to spy on him, Coco stops them, yet even she struggles to resist the temptation. Unable to control her curiosity any longer, Coco quietly peeks downstairs. Instead of waving a wand or using mysterious powers, Kifri is carefully drawing symbols onto the carriage itself. In that moment, Coco realizes that witches create magic through drawings and symbols rather than simple gestures. That discovery stays in her mind long after night falls. Back in her room, Coco examines the wand she received years ago. To her surprise, it opens like a pen. Using the special ink hidden inside, she copies the symbols from the magical book onto pieces of paper. The moment she completes the drawing, tiny sparks burst from the page like small fireworks. Coco keeps drawing symbol after symbol throughout the night. Sheets of paper soon cover her entire room, but then she finishes drawing a far more complicated symbol than the others. Before Coco can understand, dangerous ice-like structures begin spreading uncontrollably throughout the house. At that exact moment, Kifri arrives and pulls Coco out of the house to save her. Hearing the commotion, her mother rushes outside to look for Coco, and before anyone can stop it, the spreading ice reaches her and completely freezes her body solid. Coco can do nothing but watch in horror. The terrifying sight leaves Coco devastated. Kifri quickly realizes that the spell Coco activated was forbidden magic. He explains that the truth Coco discovered can never be allowed to spread. Witches are not simply born with magic. With the proper pen and special ink, anyone can use it. Because of this dangerous secret, Kifri says he must erase her memory. Desperate and heartbroken, Coco begs him not to do it. She insists that if she forgets everything, no one will be able to save her mother. She promises that she understands the magical book and can help him somehow. As Kifri listens to her, he realizes Coco may also be connected to a mysterious group he has been searching for. Seeing that, Kifri finally changes his decision. Instead of erasing her memories, he agrees to let Coco keep them. More importantly, he decides to personally teach her how to become a witch. Later, Coco arrives at Kifri's house, where she will now live and learn magic under him. Kifri shows her a magical tool filled with water before leaving the room. However, Coco does not know how to use it. After what happened before, she has become afraid of touching magical items she does not understand. Soon, a pink-haired girl named Tetia appears and teaches Coco how to use the tool properly. Tetia is very friendly and becomes extremely happy when Coco thanks her for helping. Later, another student named Riche arrives carrying pens and ink. Seeing those items immediately reminds Coco of magic and spellcasting. Coco learns that Tetia and Riche are also Kifri's students, although they do not know much about her yet. That changes when Coco mentions that she cast her first spell only one day earlier. Both girls recognize her as the child many witches have been talking about. News about the girl who used forbidden magic has already spread. Kifri soon returns and asks the girls to go upstairs while he speaks with Coco alone. He then begins explaining the history and rules of magic to her. Long ago, everyone was able to use magic freely. However, many people began using magic for evil purposes and created dangerous spells. Because of that, some people gathered together as witches and erased the memories of ordinary people. From then on, magic became a secret only witches could pass down to their apprentices. Strict rules were also created to stop dangerous spells from being used again. Those dangerous spells became known as forbidden magic. Kifri explains that any spell used directly on people is forbidden. Witches are only allowed to use magic on tools and objects instead. After explaining the rules, Kifri shows Coco many magical tools inside the house. Some of them can even be used for teleportation. He then introduces her to a magical window that can transport people to different places, including the Tower of Tomes. The Tower of Tomes is a place where copies of every magical book are stored in order to preserve magical knowledge. Kifri tells Coco that she may find information there that could help her mother. However, before she can enter the tower, she must first pass a test. After showing her around, Kifri takes Coco to her bedroom. There, she learns she will be sharing the room with another student named Agat. Once Coco is alone, Kifri speaks to someone through the magical device on his watch about Coco and her condition. Not long afterward, Agat arrives. Unlike Tetia, Agat treats Coco very harshly. She explains that she and the other students have studied and passed many tests since childhood. Because of that, she cannot accept someone from outside suddenly becoming a witch. Their argument is interrupted when Tetia arrives to announce that dinner is ready. Everyone gathers together to welcome Coco, except for Agat, who refuses to join them. The next day, Kifri officially begins teaching Coco about magic. He explains sigils, symbols, and the different types of magic. Different drawings and elements create different magical effects, and even small changes in a drawing can affect how a spell works. Coco then tries drawing a sigil herself. However, one side of the symbol becomes slightly longer than the other. Because of that imbalance, the spell's power becomes uneven. When Coco activates the spell, water suddenly shoots strongly in one direction. Unfortunately, the water hits Agat and completely soaks her. Coco immediately worries about her mistake, but Agat calmly explains what went wrong with the sigil. She points out that the uneven symbol caused the spell to become unbalanced. Seeing this, Kifri feels relieved because he believes he can leave the two girls alone without too much trouble. He tells them that he must attend a meeting and will be away for 2 or 3 days. During that time, Agat will help Coco continue studying. However, immediately after Kifri leaves, Agat tells Coco that if she wants to stay there and become a witch, she must first prove herself worthy. Agat then declares that she will personally test Coco herself.
And that is it for today. If you enjoyed this recap, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and feel free to write whatever you want in the comments section. Thank you for watching.